the perversion on us.
Oh man, hold
That's
on.
right.
Hold on. We about to jump on here. Apollodorus argued that this myth emphasized the victory of patriarch over the matriarch. I told you that's the same thing in the Bible. The Bible's a
The
male,
man over the woman.
right? Bible's
Okay.
a male
That's right.
warrior homosexual cult, and it
Wow.
is the victory, right? The male over the female. That's why they killed all the women present in the Bible.
Wow.
Okay, they perverted that.
So the man over the woman.
Man over the woman. It says this shows that men did not need women to exist.
Wow, really?
Wow.
Oh, that's probably why they don't.
That's
They
deep.
say there's no law of reproduction.
Right. Okay. Therefore, they did not need the attention of a woman. The philosopher Plato used this myth to justify his sexual feelings towards male pupils.
Wow.
That's called a checkmate.
Checkmate.
Now, hopefully he put it up on the screen. Now we're going to deal with some of the pictures documented in museums.
Right.
Because I want to make sure when you're in checkmate, I'm finishing you off. To make sure that these are not African figures. These are Greek figures.
Greek. Oh yeah.
Okay. Now this one, okay, this is Zeus and Ganymede. Okay. You can find it in the museum collection. Cambridge, United Kingdom. The category number, GR23-1973. Okay. Archive number, 20449. Okay. It says Zeus pursues the boy Ganymede who is playing with a toy hoop. Bang. He should be putting it on the screen for you.
Yeah, it should be on the screen, y'all.
Should be on the screen for you. I'm going to put that there.
Along with the phone number if y'all want to call in, because I
Okay.
know y'all just.
Hey, no, you
Calling
wouldn't
out.
throw shots at me.
Right.
I'm not being a bigot. I'm just simply presenting history.
That's it.
Documented history in museums. Y'all can go see it. I'm not making this up. Okay? Going to go to second picture. Dealing with Ganymede.
Yeah, that one's worse than the first one.
Dang. Oh no.
This is the second picture. It should be on there. Think about it if I can't read it. Ganymede
Okay,
again.
it's on the screen.
What you see is you have Zeus. Okay?
Mm.
Both of them naked with a little boy holding on the little boy's hand. It's right here.
Zeus
Wow.
a fool.
Okay. Mm.
All right? See? You got that. Hopefully he should be putting that up on the screen. Okay, this one is in I think it's in a private collection. Okay, Ganymede again. Zeus holding a bird and got the little boy pouring the water because he's the cupbearer, remember?
Enemies. Oh, we got the caller. Uh-oh. Got somebody. Hold on. Let me get this caller back.
Get that caller.
Caller. Sorry I hung up on you.
No,
Oh.
this is Sia. I'm calling to let you know that I do appreciate your show,
Oh, thank you, sister.
and I agree with your views on the show.
Oh, thank you, sister.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's a black power moment right there.
Yeah.
sis. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's always good to hear sisters' voices, man.
Mm.
'Cause this is what we do. We do it for y'all. We do it for the sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We the protectors of y'all, because y'all the first teachers. Y'all the first
Everything.
everything. So, yeah. You know.
We
And it,
appreciate that, brother. Speaking for all the sisters, speaking on the natural law of reproduction
yes.
from the aspect of universal law,
Yes.
question. Before the physical aspect of life, life had nor required physical sexual contact in order for reproduction to take place. Please follow, brothers. There was no gender on the spiritual realm. So where our creation began was on the spiritual realm, correct? And we all know in this fact what was the process of reproduction. Because we're talking about homosexuality, correct?
Correct. Correct. And let me answer that question. Everything began with a thought. And when we decided that we wanted to experience life in certain forms on a physical earthly realm, then that required us to come into a certain form of physicality. We had to take on flesh, you see, to be able to walk around in this earthly realm on this planet. We had to be encased in something. So we have this experience now in human flesh, as some of us as male, some of us as female, but we're just different aspects of that universal creation or that universal being allowed to experience life in this particular dynamic. You see, I hope I'm not really confusing anybody with what I'm saying, but my wife is just an extension of the God force, just like I represent an aspect of the God force. And when we come together, we create that additional God force.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful on the physical, and we can all appreciate that. The question is, because we're talking about homosexuality and how it is not correct in the order of the natural law of this planet. The question is, homosexuality entered into existence on the physical. We all agree. My question is, before the physical, because we all were birthed spiritually first, into the mental, or into the spiritual, I'm not sure exactly. How did reproduction take place then? Because there was life. It was life before the physical.
Okay.
So that would dispel homosexuality on that realm of
exactly.
existence, wouldn't it?
Exactly, and you're answering your own question because homosexuality is just an act of physical. Basically, it's an act of pure selfishness because it doesn't lead to anything. You see, it doesn't lead to a higher manifestation of the self. It's impossible. So it's a dead end. You see what I'm saying? So people who are engaged, even people who are part of our African family who engage in homosexuality as a form of expression, they have to understand that this behavior leads to nothingness.
Okay, caller and DJ, I got to break it down to the Black Atheists because y'all losing them with that before the. So, in simple terms, to the the atheists out there, what they're saying is that let's get back on the earth realm. That a man and woman can create life. Now, the reason why homosexuality started is because the man in Europe, he was whole horny, but when he had sex with his woman, they had a child, but they didn't want an extra mouth to feed.
Exactly.
They didn't have the resources.
They didn't have the resources. So this is the first form of eugenics. They're like, well, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Population control.
Population control. So they can still get the same pleasure from a little boy who can't have a kid because they know in the back of his mind it goes against the law of reproduction. So I can have sex with this little boy and I have to worry about another mouth to feed because we barely goddamn making it by as it is. So that, not to cut you and DJ off, I have to break it down to the atheists out there because this is an atheist show, so I don't want to go over their heads. But yeah, well, yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
I would answer the question is, don't nobody know what the hell happened before the physical.
Right.
That's my answer.
That's my answer too.
On one level, we don't. But as the sister said, the physical oftentimes is just a representation of what took place in the spiritual. You see what I'm saying? That's why it is required of us to be in harmony even on this physical plane. We got to live within those natural laws. You see what I'm saying?
But the only thing about that, DJ, you're going to have people on YouTube land going, well, can you prove this? And where's your documentation? Where's your peer review? So we still have to kind of deal in this realm.
Yeah, you're right.
Because sometimes black people, we can get so caught up in trying to express something, we be losing each other. Yeah. Right. No, you know what I'm saying? So I have to kind of grab,
I'll help everybody out right here.
Well, brother, I didn't mean to lose anyone.
No, you didn't, sis.
No, you didn't lose me, sis. I'm saying we have an audience
that may not.
That's not gonna understand it because we dealing with black people, right?
Let me break it down a notch. Let me ask you the question a different way.
Okay.
If a male living being or man think about being with another man,
right,
is he a homosexual by way of thinking the act?
Right.
It's a physical act. I say it's a physical act.
But see, everything begins with a thought.
Yeah, because that thought,
even before the physical act takes place, the thought has to be in place first.
I agree.
So what you're saying is if there's a man and he's constantly thinking about being with a man, actually feeling it in his body from his thought, that he is still considered a homosexual.
In my opinion, he is.
That's correct.
If he thinks about having sexual relations with another man, he is a homosexual. He's just not engaged in the act of homosexuality at that point. But he's already feminized.
And sister, I'm gonna back up scientifically because Dawood talked about how the computers, if your thought is programmed, if you a man thinking about another man, your programming is off. Your programming is off. So I would say, yeah, you definitely.
And not only is your programming off, you will come up with every rational way to explain that that is normal, and that is what we have happening in a society right now. They go to great lengths to try to convince you that homosexuality is normal behavior. I consider it a form of mental illness personally. You see, and there's documented proof that we presented on previous shows that attest to that. But you will get people that are a part of that lifestyle will say, no, it's not mental illness, because nobody wants to be perceived as being mentally ill, even those in mental institutions.
And I want to say this too, and I foresee it coming. That's why I came up with this show. They're going to use Islam, Christianity, and Judaism in the near future, watch, I said it here first, to justify homosexuality. Watch what I say, because the Catholicism has been doing it for thousands of years. They've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to, I remember DJ did a show on Eddie Long and how he talked about, well, that's my business. So subconsciously, he's telling his congregation that homosexuality is my business, it's normal. Okay, let's move on. You know what I'm saying? So he slide it in there. So later you plant the seeds that see it as being normal. Oh, okay, we got another caller.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling, sis. Please call again.
Appreciate that. Appreciate your support.
Yes, thank you. Peace, sister.
Black African Power.
Okay. Caller.
I'm calling for the TV show.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. I can barely hear you guys. How y'all doing?
Oh, doing good,
okay.
brother.
I called a little bit ago. I guess we got disconnected.
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah. I'm bad with these phones. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all good. Blackson, I wanted to talk to you. Actually, you're the one I wanted to talk to. I wanted to ask you about your law of reproduction.
Yes, we were just discussing that.
Great.
Okay.
You missed it. You had to go back and listen to that. We answered.
Oh no. Let's because he's not watching it though.
Yeah.
But I just want to break it down.
What's your question?
Okay, because I can't actually. I can only see it on YouTube because I'm not in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I
understand.
think y'all are in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yes, right.
we answered that though.
Yeah. Right. I'm like 900 miles away from y'all. I can't see it. I have to wait for YouTube, and that's.
Are you in Seattle?
No, you can actually go on the website and catch it live though.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm telling you, you can actually go on the website and catch the show live at 7:00, whatever it is your time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
I'll have to do that next time.
Yeah, do that next time. Go ahead. What's your quick question?
Yeah, what's your question? I'm sorry.
If you could describe the law for me, because a scientific law, as I understand it, is a statement of fact meant to describe in concise terms an action or set of actions. It is generally accepted to be true and universal, and can sometimes be expressed in terms of a single mathematical equation.
Okay.
So if you could describe that law of reproduction for me, please.
Okay.
So I could understand it.
Can I just jump in real fast?
Sure. Go ahead.
You said all that you just said, you'll find that in a science textbook. Okay?
Right.
Let me give you to you.
We're talking about a scientific law.
Hold on. No, we're talking about a law. That's all, a law. Okay, now the reason we're calling it a law, let me explain to you, is because there are penalties when you break the law. Do you understand that?
Okay, so you're talking about
a law.
A judicial law.
No,
scientific law.
A universal law.
A law. Okay, just a law.
You're talking about a law that's not readily defined. You're using a word in a way that it's not defined to be used?
Well, one thing about black people, we do things. Like Michael Jordan, he didn't dunk the way they wanted him to dunk. He just dunked it. Okay? And so when I use the word law, the reason I'm using it is because it cannot be broken. That's why it's a law, and there's a penalty for breaking that law. The penalty for human beings, right, breaking that law is called extinction. Do you agree or disagree with that? If we do not reproduce, we will become extinct. Do you agree or disagree?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Right.
I agree with that.
Right. So all I'm saying is, for anything to live, because life is eternal and everlasting and continual, you must reproduce. Microorganisms reproduce. Right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Asexual or sexually. That's in your book. That's in your scientific books. I'll bring the microbiology book next week.
I haven't written any scientific literature.
You haven't?
Okay. Well, okay, okay. Well, what he's saying is that they're in scientific books, is what he's saying.
I'm saying I'm going to bring the literature for you next week, so make sure you tune in. And I'm going to show you how microorganisms reproduce sexually or asexually, male and female, all day. What I'm saying is we're a collaboration of microorganisms.
Organisms can reproduce asexually.
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
That's right. So it is reproducing. So all we're saying is that anything that continues life must reproduce. For you, the European, for you to even be here, 2 Africans, right, highly melanated, had to have sex, reproduce, the gene mutated, and gave rise to you. Do you not agree or disagree to that?
Well, genes mutated to give rise to you.
Absolutely. I'll take that. Exactly.
There's an average of 125 mutations per
that's fine.
gene.
Okay. So
well, let me ask this question. Do you agree?
None of us are direct copies of our ancestry.
But do
I'm
you
definitely 1%.
Do you agree that you are descendant from Black African or African people?
Human life.
No, I didn't say human life. I asked you a specific question. Do you believe that you are descended from African people?
My direct ancestry.
I did not say direct. I did
my-
not say direct. I said, do you believe that you are descended from African people?
I don't know if they were people when they came out of Africa.
Okay.
hold on. Hold on. Well, we'll do a show on that. They were absolutely, hold on, about 65,000 years, between 100,000 years, anatomically correct Africans, meaning they look like here, right, were the only ones on the planet. As a matter of fact, they migrated to Europe. I read the article on the show, okay? They found the skulls that match up with the 35,000-year time period. Africans.
Were they Homo sapiens?
Yes, they were. That's what he
yes,
means.
Yes.
They were Homo sapiens sapiens.
Come on now, you in the literature, if I say anatomically correct, you know what I'm saying. Anatomically
standing
correct.
upright.
Monkeys are anatomically.
No, they're not. Monkeys are not standing upright.
No. Monkeys are not anatomically correct humans.
Exactly. They're anatomically correct
Monkeys.
monkeys, but they're not anatomically correct human beings or Homo sapiens. They're not.
And we are in the same class of primates. I have no argument with that. And we do share DNA. I have no argument with that. Well, we share DNA with banana trees. I can bring that too. Okay, maybe about 56% of DNA of banana tree we share. Monkeys is about maybe 98%. I think gorillas, it might be like 96%. So I have no argument with that, with you on that.
Right.
You know, we're in the literature now. But the point we're making here is for anything to reproduce or for any gene to mutate, the reproduction process must be in effect.
Right.
And that's a law because if you break it, the mutation does not happen and we do not have white people.
Exactly. And the point that I'm making is that there are Africans who predate every European on the planet.
He knows that.
I think he knows that.
Yeah, I think you know that, but you just don't want to admit that.
I don't know how that's relevant to.
It's extremely relevant because the natural laws that were handed down from those who predate you, their information can be verified. You see, and it represents the pre-perversion. So those of us on this particular
Wait a second.
when I say perversion, I'm talking about homosexuality. Homosexuality. They
homosexuality is perverse.
No, it's perverse to African culture.
Yeah, it's perverse to African culture. It's quite normal in the
we get
for
that.
Europeans.
We respect that. We get that point. We're not mad at that.
No, actually, homosexuality, same sex, same gender, sexual activity is in a lot of primates.
No.
Hold. You know what?
No.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you. Wait for a minute. This is what I'm going to do for you. Let's say homosexuality did exist in Africa. I never said it did. Okay?
No, we will never say that it did.
Hold on, but this is my point, though. But what I'm saying is it was not big up in the culture.
No, it wasn't.
It
wasn't
acceptable
part of the
behavior.
culture.
It was an abnormal behavior. That's how they looked at it, as being abnormal, not the norm.
It's considered an abnormal behavior in America.
Exactly, because
only enlightened peoples are not so bigoted.
No, but see, here's the thing. The reason why that particular form of sexual expression was not accepted in African culture, because if it was, you would have documentation saying that it was, because Africans documented everything.
That's right.
We documented everything. Whether it be walls, papyrus, you name it, we documented everything. And there is no substantial evidence saying that homosexuality was normalized in African culture. You see, that doesn't mean that two African males did not have sexual intercourse in and of themselves. We're not saying that, but it wasn't an acceptable practice within the culture.
That's all I'm saying.
You see, we're contrasting that to say that within Greek society, homosexuality was of prime importance in the culture itself. It was embedded in the very culture of Greek society.
I get that.
Okay, but do you also get the point that I can show you? Hold on.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, because then I'm.
Statement I'd like to ask about it.
All right, go ahead.
You're saying that it's not that it's not an accepted part of the culture, and what I'd like to submit to you that falling is not an accepted part of anyone's culture. Falling down and busting one's nose on the ground. Okay, that's not accepted. I mean, it happens, but nobody likes it. But that doesn't mean it's not a law. So it doesn't negate the law of gravity.
That's a terrible
gravity
example.
Works on you. How does that relate to a law of reproduction?
Wait, that's
but see, a person falling down. See, I walk upright a hell of a lot more than I fall down.
Falling is not the norm.
No, falling is not normal. You see, for those of us who walk upright, falling is not normal.
Right.
Falling represents an abnormality. Falling represents something that you did wrong.
That's right.
You see?
So right, but that's not a law. You're talking normal and abnormal, and I'm talking scientific law.
No,
If I trip the law of gravity.
Absolutely, that's a law, right?
Okay, so let me ask a question.
Exactly, okay. And I'm saying if a man puts his penis in another man's ass, that's a dead end. Nothing comes from that.
Right.
And if a man puts his penis in another woman's mouth, that's a dead end. Nothing comes.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. I agree.
Exactly. But if a man puts his penis in a woman's vagina, there's a potential for life to take place. That's all. That's all
way
we're
life
saying.
Can take place. That's actually the only way life can take, and that's the law of reproduction. That's the only way that life can be brought about.
Hold on. Let me help you out for a minute. Give me a minute. 1 sec. I'm gonna go to
But wait, you're saying that's the law of reproduction, right?
No, what we're saying is it's a law because if you break it, you become extinct.
Exactly.
You do not have to accept that. If
Right,
you look
you
at
don't have to
African
do it,
culture,
right.
you go 35,000, 65,000 BC, you go to southern France, you'll find fertility dolls everywhere.
That's
Fertility statues, the Venus of Willendorf, right? African statues, right, with dolls representing reproduction, fertility, right? So hold on. So original culture obviously knew something about reproducing because that was their highest moral standard to reproduce.
Every culture showed reverence for reproduction.
No. Show me. Give me one back then in 35,000 BC. And I want the anthropology to back it up since we're going real technical here. Let's do this.
I'm not a historian.
Okay,
well, let me get out that conversation.
Let me ask you this: are you homosexual?
No.
Okay, now, good answer. Good. I hope that you're not homosexual. but here's my question.
But if I was, it would be my business.
Absolutely, I agree.
It is your business.
We agree.
It's entirely your business.
I agree.
But see, the thing is, in African culture, when a certain form of sexual expression is perpetuated hundreds of thousands of times, it has the potential to become everybody's business at that point because it affects all of us at some point.
No.
Yes, it does.
There's 6.5 billion people on this planet. If a few of them are gay, I don't think it's going to hurt